Video like in here. You're good. Alright, so you can see the vocal folds right here. So if you open it, this is the false vocal cords, like 19 on the top right here, and then this would just be the vocal folds on the bottom. And then if you, like I said, you can see them together at the top, okay? And then you have the trachea, and that splits off into the bronchi, left and right. And then you have the C shapes, which is like these things that look like a C if you would look from the back. And then, so these are the primary bronchi right here. And then the carina is this part right here, like in between them. The hilum would be where everything connects, like where everything is going into, and they come off of the primary bronchi, so it would be like in here. You could see it if you like cut it. And then the secondary bronchi are like these things coming off like the main one, and then the tertiary bronchi are these even smaller outlets, like right, yeah, you can kind of see them. And then the lung lobules are just like each like side of it. The respiratory bronchioles are the tips of those, and then the alveoli, you can't really see on this, they kind of look like bunches of grapes.
Okay, so here we have the epiglottis, and then we get to the thyroid membrane. So it's kind of this white patch right here in between that's splitting it.
And that's the fatty pad right under it.
Yeah.
It's right above the fatty pad.
Yep. And then when it's back together, you can see the cuneiform cartilage, which is this top one right here. This is the cuneiform cartilage. You go below to number 10, which is one below, and that is going to be the corniculate cartilage. So this one right here is corniculate cartilage, and then number 9 would be the arytenoid cartilage. And for arytenoid muscles, it could be 14 because that seems to wrap around. So whatever one he points to, it's probably going to be these big red blocks pointing like this, and that's the arytenoid muscles.
And then the thyroid cartilage, flip it over, is this the big blue part right here. And then if you want to show the inside of it, that's where the vocal cords are. No, put it together.
Okay.
First. Let me look into it. I need to like look like into it like that. So right here is the false vocal cords are right here, and then the vocal folds right there. So this is the cricoid cartilage, this is the epiglottis, and then this is the thyroid cartilage right there. So this is the nasal septum. You can see the three concha, I just don't know how to say it. And then these are the maxillary sinuses, I think you said, these ones. And then if you come over to this model, this is the frontal sinus, and then this is the sphenoid sinus, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then the rest we labeled, so.
Nasal conchi that are cut the short way, so like these three guys here. These spaces here are the two maxillary sinuses. They're deep inside the maxilla, you can't see them like when the maxilla are together.
Okay.
But if we took out the box of exploded skull bones, we'd be able to see that they're, like, at least on the yellow ones, that there's a big space on the inside of them. What else can you see here? I mean, but the rest of this isn't particularly related to the, well, so there's a sphenoidal sinus here, frontal sinus. So all of these, 1, 2, 3, 4 different spaces, air-filled but membrane-lined spaces inside the skull, those we collectively call the paranasal sinuses.
Okay.
Right? Then, but yeah, what else we have? We got like your, anterior nares or external nares here. The internal nares is like basically the back of the nose, and this part of the pharynx from like here up to here, I would call all that the nasopharynx. The oropharynx, the back of the mouth, goes from about here. Now, granted, this thing's going to move, so this is like an approximation on a static wall. Oropharynx goes from like here to here, so like between the uvula and the top of the glottis, and from here down to there, that's the laryngopharynx. Other stuff you can see, epiglottis. This is the thyroid cartilage. The cricoid cartilage.
Okay, so you can see the hard palate right here.
the sensation is
The soft palate is right behind it, and then the fauces would be this like gap right here. Let's see what else you can see. This is a sinus, also a sinus. It's like the air-filled spaces. I mean, you can kind of, if you know where the pharynx are, you had up like the nasopharynx, and then the oropharynx, and then the laryngopharynx. I don't know how to say it. And then you can't really see the tonsils, but they would be like right here. That's all you can see there. All right, ready? Okay, so on this model, you can see the external nares right here. The internal nares would be this right here. Then the nasal cavity is just the whole nose part. The three nasal concha, 28, 29, and 30. So this is superior, middle, and then inferior. And then the paranasal sinuses are just like air-filled spaces. So it's like these. And then the hard palate would be right here. See, it's bone. And then it goes into the soft palate, which is more like tissue. And then you can see the nasopharynx, which would be 31 right here. And then the oropharynx would be like right behind the mouth, so like 50. Yeah, right there. And then 51 would be the laryngopharynx. Okay, and then you have the fauces is like this gap behind the mouth, and then the lingual tonsil is closer to the tongue, and then the palatine tonsil is right there. Sorry. Okay, so this hole is the external nares. The whole inside of your nose is the nasal cavity, and then you have the three nasal concha, I think concha, I don't know. And then so it goes superior right here, this like, not the indent. The indents are the meatuses, so it goes 6, 7, 8. So superior, middle, and then inferior concha. And then the respiratory epithelium you can see on the sides. The paranasal sinuses are just like the open air spaces. You can only see this one on this model. And then the hard and soft palate you can't see on this model. And then the internal nares would be like coming from like the back. Okay. So to begin, from here down, that's the mucosa layer. What's in here is the submucosa layer, and then the muscularis externa is here, and then the final layer is the serosa. And then you have, these are the villi. It's like a zoomed in shot of those. The intestinal crypt is this inner part right here. Then, yeah, that's all you can see on this one. The microvilli would be on the side if they were there. Very, very, very small though. So this is the right lobe, this is the left lobe, this is the falciform ligament between the two. And then if you flip it over, you have the caudate lobe, it's right here, and the quadrate lobe. And then this, it's the gallbladder, but you can't really like see it. This is like the inside of it. Then you have the cystic duct running up right here. This is the right common hepatic duct. That's the left, the left hepatic duct, and then this is the common hepatic duct, and then this is the common bile duct, where that little yellow thing is right there. So this is the right lobe of the liver. This is the left lobe. The right lobe's a little bit bigger. Between them is the falciform ligament. So then if you flip it over, this part right here is the caudate lobe, and then this one that kind of looks like a little like rectangle is the quadrate lobe. This green structure right here is the gallbladder, and then the cystic duct leads to the gallbladder. It's right here. And then this is the left hepatic duct coming up. This one right here is the right hepatic duct. And then this is the common hepatic duct. And then this little hole right there, that is the common bile duct. So this is the duodenum right here. and it's going to lead into the small intestine. So if you flip the small intestine around, this is the jejunum. You can't really tell where it ends or anything, but where it comes out, that would be the ileum. And then if you look on the large intestine model, this is the cecum right here.
Okay, so here we have the hepatopancreatic papilla, and then above it is the small hole right here, and that is the lesser duodenal papilla. And then to get into the cecum, we have the ileocecal valve, which is right here.
Okay, ready? Go. So this part coming off of the cecum is the appendix, and then you have the ascending colon, and then it turns into the transverse colon, and then the descending colon, and then under that right here, that's the sigmoid colon that leads to the rectum. The rectum is this tube right there, and then if you look at these yellow things, those are the epiploic appendages. The gray segments are the haustra. The this white, like stringy line, that's the tennae coli. The anal canal is just like the inner part of that, and then you have the internal anal sphincter, which appears to be that one, and the external anal sphincter.
Region.
Wait, start over.
Okay.
Happy birthday. Okay, keep going.
This is the cardiac region right here, and then the fundus is right here, and then the body is here. The region, and then the pyloric sphincter is right here on both sides. Okay.
So this is the pancreatic duct. It splits off, so this would be the main pancreatic duct, and then that's the accessory pancreatic duct. It's a little bit smaller. And then
Here we have the hepatopancreatic papilla, and this is the lesser duodenal papilla. Back here we have the bile duct.
yep, the green one's the bile duct. Kind of.
Ready.
Okay, so here is the esophagus where it connects to the stomach, aka this is the stomach.
You can't see the pharynx, but it would be like behind like the nose and like the throat. This
Yeah.
is the trachea right here.
And then we're going in, so we saw the stomach, and then this is the small intestine. You can see the distinct difference. Small intestine, they're smaller in diameter. Obviously here is the large intestine, larger in diameter. Along with that, the duodenum, that's right here, because that's where it's first meeting the small intestines. Again, you can see the diameter, so that's where it's first meeting. And then you can't see the jejunum, obviously, but the ileum is where it connects to the larger intestine. So right here, this huge part, this would be your ileum forceps, because there's not a direct point on the cat.
The pancreas is the oatmeal, the texture
pancreas.
structure.
Yeah, so ours is kind of cut up, but this is the pancreas. For large intestine, if we want to go more into that, so here's our large intestine right here. So this would probably be the ascending, transverse, and then descending. This would be our,
sigmoid colon is right above the rectum too.
yeah, so you were going to see all that. You just got to know that about the sigmoid colon, the rectum. Obviously, the anal canal, that hole right there. And then, oh, this is the
you can show.
diaphragm too,
The liver.
right here. And this is our liver.
And then this is the spleen too, just for
Shit's easy.
oh.
Okay, go.
So the only thing you can see here is the submandibular gland on both sides.
Right.
And then if you come over here, this is the parotid gland. It's like a big one. And then if you turn it, that's the submandibular gland right there. And then this is the sublingual gland. And then, here, let's start over here. That is the parotid gland right here. And then this is the sublingual gland. And then if you come under here, see under there, that is the submandibular gland.